Hello all. Hello all. Good afternoon. I thank every one of you to join this webinar and hope everyone had a good lunch. So yeah, so let me give us a short intro about CONTUS. CONTUS is one of the well-established tech companies in India, and we are a pure play technology company. We have a couple of solutions. One is CONTUS VPlayed, and the other one is Mirrorfly and Good Show. So, a small description about myself. I am one of the co-founders and product head of CONTUS VPlayed, and I've been, from the start of the inception of the company. So that's a small brief. Let me keep it very short and crispy so that I don't take much of your time, valuable time. So let me start the webinar and go to the agenda. So the agenda is to understand what is the rapid boom of OTT, what is basically OTT is, and how it's being scaled in the current time, and what is the projection that we're going to see in the next, decade or so. The next point is the need for OTT across industries. The next point is why launch your own OTT platform. Next point is why CONTUS VPlayed. Why should you choose CONTUS VPlayed as your OTT solution provider? The next point is multiple monetization models. The other point is the brands that grew with CONTUS VPlayed. Finally, we'll have a Q&A where you can ask any questions related to OTT, and I'll try my level best to answer that. So first of all, what is OTT? I need to give you the brief about what is OTT is. So OTT is a boon for all those people who want to take their content, whether it is entertainment, whether it is religious, whether it is fitness, to the global audience or for a particular geography. For that reason, to connect with people and monetize it, or for promoting the brand awareness, or for knowledge sharing. So basically, the OTT is going to cut the cord. I mean, rather than the traditional broadcasting industry, how it works. We all know that you need to have a license, you need to go and talk to them. It's a long procedure, right? That is negated by the growth of OTT, right? So that's like we are going to we are going to channel all the content via the internet. So that's basically what OTT is all about. So more than 40% of the world population is going to consume, the content in 2021, and that is gradually is going to double every 5 years. So, for example, in 2010, it was about 6.1 billion of OTT consumers across the globe. 2020, we speak about 10 billion people who's consuming OTT, and that is projected to grow to 20 billion by 2026. This is an approximate number given by various, analytical companies across the globe. So this is a small, picture about the boom of OTT. And the next, in this slide, we are going to talk about the industries for which OTT is going to be suitable for. Basically, it is suitable for any industry, because if you take any industry, there will be a requirement for learning. There will be a requirement for brand promotion. There will be, a requirement to take the content to the global audience, right? So if any of these parameters is met, irrespective of the vertical of the industry, OTT, CONTUS VPlayed will be able to help them, achieve their intended purpose. Say, for example, entertainment is concerned, you can take the content to the global audience with CONTUS VPlayed, and you can monetize with that. And when it comes to monetization, the content needs to be secured, and the application as a whole needs to be secured. And that's where our three-tier architecture is coming into place, where we have implemented the most sophisticated and futuristic technology in place. That is going to govern the IT industry for the next 5 to 7 or 8 years. So when we talk about entertainment, yes, entertainment, whether it is web series or a movie or any other associated content with entertainment, can be utilized, can be taken to the greater audience. Next is enterprises. Normally, the enterprises would like to have a brand promotion where they want to promote their content, and also, they would like to give cross skill, teachings for their employees, which is very much possible. And the same applies to e-learning. Right now, we all know that the entire learning is happening through online, and that is where one of the key places where we can cater to. The next is fitness, like online yoga and any kind of fitness can come into the picture, whether it is learning kung fu or learning any kind of fitness is possible. The same is applied to sports, where people can understand the nuances of the sports, and same applies to religious. Any other industry apart from this also can utilize CONTUS VPlayed's benefit. So the next big question is like, why should you own a OTT platform? Basically, people who have content who want to monetize can take use of CONTUS VPlayed. So basically, in order to increase brand awareness, customizing the solution the way you want to. There is no rigidity whatsoever. There is no limit for the customization because the whole application is being built in microservices. Tomorrow you can have a different tech stack altogether for a particular module or for a particular feature, because that is going to run in a separate microservice. So flexibility to upscale so that the content or the reach for the global audience is not restricted at all. So unlimited content and unlimited audience is available. And the targeting opportunities are huge because we have an inbuilt analytics, which is going to give you a very good insight about the analytics, based on which you can particularly target a particular audience or a particular area where you can grow your business. Reducing the cost and time, which this comes under the monetary benefits, because if it is a SAP, over the period of time, maybe 3 years or 4 years, there'll be a huge cost or capex which will come into the picture. But whereas Qantas VPN is a one-time fees that is required, and after that, all the revenue that is going to come is going to be yours, simply yours. And third-party involvement here, the entire ownership is going to be with the content owners and not with any third-party services. And the most important thing is like no revenue share. I mean, whatever the revenue that is being generated is purely goes to the content owner or the application owner, because there is no hidden cost or any liability or any tie up which is going to where you're going to make a payment for us or for anybody else for that matter. So there is a larger scope for monetizing because we have different monetization models where the income can be generated through ads. It can be a subscription based monetization. It can be a transactional based monetization. So these are all is going to help you to monetize the way you want. Now going to the next slide. So how is CONTUS VPlayed an ideal solution to launch your OTT platform? Because this is a pretty crucial question because this is where we are going to connect with you. So basically, CONTUS VPlayed is a SAP-based OTT solutions. Now, what is SAP? It's a software as a product, right? You are going to literally own the solution. It is going to sit in your server, and you are going to have complete ownership of the application as well as the server, right? And it is licensed for a domain, and it completely belongs to you for that particular domain, where you can literally do whatever you want to do, whether you want to customize, you want to build it, or if you want to, integrate any third-party services, everything is possible with Contest Replayed. And customization, like I said, yes, it's 100% possible because the source code is with you, and you have all the liberty to do any kind of customization that you want to do. Whether you want to change the skin of the front end, or if you want to add a particular feature, you have the liberty to do it. In-house teams is another very important factor, where we are a 300 engineer plus company, and if you want to, have a maintenance, or if you want to hire our team, we can definitely do it and run the entire show from pillar to post. So the next important thing that you must consider for Congress Replayed is the technology, because nowadays, the technology is going to go off the shelf maybe in a couple of years of time, right? And sometimes the technology will not allow you to properly synchronize with other technologies that is going to come out in the future. And that is where we stand out, because we have used the latest technology like Angular, React, and Node, which is going to rule the technology space for another at least a decade or so. And also we constantly evolve, and any new technology, our architecture allows us the liberty to use them, because that is going to run in a separate microservice, and which is going to speak to the other elements through API. So you need not fear of changing the tech stack, at least for the next 5 to 10 years of time. The next point is like the video hosting. It's all about videos, right? Not only videos, it's all about audio as well, because Contest Replay comes with audio and video. So tomorrow, if you want to have an AOD, that is also possible, very much possible. And the next is like digital rights management. In short, we call it as DRM. And this is very important because for the safety and security of the video content or the audio content for that matter. Since downloading the content or circulating the content becomes very, very tough for pirateers, because we are going to secure and encrypt each and every video content that comes and sits with your application and the server. That is really managed by the DRM part, whether it is Widevine or Fairplay or Microsoft DRM. We have the ability to integrate any of the DRMs, and on top of that, there are other couple of DRM providers also, and Congress VPlayed is very much compatible with other DRMs as well. And next is where the next important point is reports and analytics, because when you grow, right, when you see an influx of more traffic coming into the application, and for your business in particular, you need to understand where the traffic is coming from, which particular bucket of people are coming into the application, who is consuming more data, which are the platforms from which people are coming inside. I mean, the customers are coming inside, right? So these are all some of the basic elements which is particularly required for understanding the up curve of the business or the down curve of the business to understand, and we can understand where we need to improve, where we need to improvise, and where some of the gaps are, like the heat maps, or the exit pages, how it's happening, just like in Google Analytics, right? So we have a broad spectrum of reports and analytics from which you can literally take key business decisions, which will definitely drive your focus towards your intended purpose, whether it is to increase the revenue, or to build a better brand, or for better learning propositions. So all these purposes are being solved by CONTUS VPlayed. And another important factor is like, now we see a lot of potential for AI-based analytics, right? So that is also possible with us because we can easily integrate with other providers where we can bring in real-time analytics and also AI-based analytics into the picture. I hope you'll have some key questions coming from this particular area, and I'll be glad to answer them for you and clarify that as well. Let me move on to the next slide, which is the very important factor, monetization, right? Because see, this is an investment for a business, right? Whether it is for learning, whether it is for enterprises, whether it is for entertainment. So mostly people will have, the core reason for investment is for a proper ROI, right? You need to have a returns for the investment. You need to see profit. So that's where the contest we played is positioned better because we don't focus on a particular revenue model because we focus on subscription video on demand, we have catch up TV, we have advertising video on demand, we have transactional video on demand, and we have ad integrations. So these are all areas where you can really promote your application. Say for example, imagine it's a subscription based content, domain, right? So if you want to have one particular video, right, you know that it is going to bring in more influx of people and that you can make more revenue out of that. You can just take that particular content and make it as a transactional video on demand so that the people can just pay for that particular content and watch it. It's a win-win situation for both the domain owner and also the customer because they need not come and pay on a monthly basis for the entire content in which they are interested, right? They can just come in, just see this particular content and they can go. The same way the content owners and the application owner get to reap the benefit out of it because they can particularly target for that particular content and make revenue out of that. And also you have the liberty of integrating with any of the third party well-known ad serving servers, and you can run various ads, whether it is companion ads, whether it is server side ads, and you can monetize out of that. Obviously it will be based on the number of impressions, and you can very well keep a track of that through those servers, and you get to paid for that as well. And on top of this, if you have any other monetization idea that can be customized, we can definitely customize that for you. I mean, contest we played has the ability to take that into the picture and customize that and give it to you as well. Okay, the next slide is like, okay, to prove the veracity or to prove the how successful the contest we played has been and how it has enabled our customers to have grown. These are some of the customers who have literally grown from $0 and they are making to a couple of $1 million per year. Whether it is Cambly, whether it is practice, whether it is learning space, we have a huge list of customers who are able to reap the benefits through contests we played. So we'll be glad to take questions from here on, and yeah, please let me know if you have any clarifications or questions, and I'll be glad to answer them. Yeah, I can see one of the questions from Mr. Jean Philippe Jacobs. The question is, what is your pricing model? Yeah, our pricing model is one-time license fee, and we have different devices. Basically, we cater to web, iOS, Android, and based on the these devices being chosen by the customer, the pricing will vary. It'll definitely a one-time fees, and for the customizations, it will be based on time and material. Basically, we will deploy a team, at least anywhere between 7 to 10 members of team, and based on the hours utilized for that particular month, the invoice will be raised and that will be sent. For any odd number, we can see anywhere between the hourly rate going for between $25 to $28 per hour. I hope I have answered that question. If it's still not clarified, please you can ask the question. Okay, so I don't have any other questions from Mr. Jean Philippe Jacobs. Let me go to the next question. Like, what are the highlights of CONTUS VPlayed? Yeah, CONTUS VPlayed is a SAP model, like I told you in one of the earlier slides, and it's 100% customizable. Comes with source code, so you can literally play with it, and you can build on top of it, or you can take charge of that completely. So that's one of the highlights, and also another highlight is like the global reach to the global audience, and also the different devices that we talk about. I mean, you name it literally, whether it is web, iOS, Android. You talk about Samsung Tizen or LG WebOS or Roku TV or Fire Stick. We have covered all those devices. So literally, the reach is unlimited across all the devices. I hope that question has been answered, and I'll go to the next question, which is like, how will be the backend process like encoding, transcoding, and media processing, and what about your CDN delivery? Okay, yeah, we okay. Encoding is already built in. We already have that. Transcoding again, we it's an inbuilt, and we use the server's capacity for that. Media processing, yes, our application does that. Yes, CDN delivery, we do it. I mean, we make use of AWS CloudFront or Akamai or Microsoft uh, uh, CDN and also Google CDN. It's the choice that we leave to our customers, because CDN is like a contract that is being signed between the customer and the content delivery network, and we leave that decision to our customer basically. So the next question is, I would like to have a meeting in order to present our business and see if we can. We would love to. We would love to take that. Not a problem at all. Please email us, and we can definitely schedule a meeting. That's for Jean Film Jacobs. Yeah, we would love to do that, Jean Film Jacobs. And the next question is, so I'm getting an OTT platform developed. What steps should I take to ensure that videos are played seamlessly? Cache services, CDN, and stuff specifically. Okay, played seamlessly. That's development stuff we are talking about, Earl. Um, you need to have a very good, team to get it done, and I think you need to elaborate a little bit there so that I can pinpoint, because it's in a very broad uh, broad area where you're asking for. Okay, what is the duration of product delivery? Typically, if it is a cloud-based delivery, we can deliver it in a couple of weeks, maybe in 14 days of day. And if it is going to be an on-prem deployment, then it may take 1 week additionally. Maybe we'll see a timeline of 3 weeks approximately. I hope I have not missed any questions. Okay, the next question is come. It is, as you said, it is one-time fee. What about the maintenance after the OTT starts? Yeah, that's a good question, Riaz. Yeah, we give anywhere between 1 to 3 months of support where we take care of the maintenance and all the stuff, right? Basically, whatever patches that needs to be applied or completely taking over the application, we do that for 1 to 3 months of time. And beyond that, we leave the decision. I mean, we give a couple of options to our customers. You know, a 6 month contract or 1 year contract, or the customer choose a contract beyond that, where we can agree on setting up the team and providing the support and maintenance. So that is post 3 months of support that we give normally. I hope I've answered that question, and I think that's it. Okay, the next question has come. It is any rough idea of the charges of the maintenance by Riaz? It will be based on the hourly rate, Riaz. It will be based on the contract that we are going to sign. Like I told you, it's basically what kind of maintenance contract that you want to sign. Whether it is pay as you go, or if you want to have a dedicated team. Because say for example, the enterprises, they want to have an exclusive team for maintenance, right? For them, based on their requirement, we will tailor, make a specific contract for them and sign it with them. And for MSMEs, their requirement will differ because they would like to, sometimes if their cloud team is not good, they particularly want to have a cloud team in place, right? And for some businesses, they may have a technical team already in place, and they would like to have and design support, right? So it differs from business to business and person to person, basically. And based on that, we can have a tailor-made contract for you. And the charges will be based on the hours, basically. And the hourly rate is approximately $25 to $28. So does WePlay support both live and demand streaming? It's by Deepika Rao. Yes, it does support both VOD and live streaming as well. That was quite a list of questions, and please go ahead, and I'm sure that you'll have a lot of questions. Whatever it is, please don't feel whether it is going to be silly one. With DRM, there will be no piracy at all, or still chance of piracy. Piracy, we cannot eradicate 100%. DRM is a very good way of safeguarding the content and providing security. But if a hacker is really good, we always cannot say no hacker is better, right? That is one possibility is there. That's the reason why even the DRM organizations say that they cover for 99% or 98%. So obviously, the 2% is left for benefit of doubt. And also, on top of that, uh, piracy, there is a risk factor of 2% always there. We have one more question. Okay, what is catch up TV? TV again, this is by Riaz. Yeah, catch up TV is nothing but you have a live streaming going on, right? What happens is the application stores the live streaming and saves it, and again it streams on a particular day and time. That's called as catch up TV. So, for example, you love a game, whether it is just imagine it's a football game, right? And it's a live game, and you are in office, you are not able to see it, but what the application does is it stores it. I mean, it captures it, it stores it, and streams to you again so that you don't miss that. And so Jean Philip Jacobs has said, thanks, I will write to you. Have a good day. Thank you, Jean Philip Jacobs. It was great. And we look forward for your email. Thank you so much. Any other questions? I think I missed one question. It's like, hi Prakash, can you explain about migration to VPlayed from another? Yes, it is possible. 100% it is possible. And thank you so much for your valuable time, Riaz. Same here. Thank you so much. And if you have any other questions, please email us and we'll be glad to clarify that for you. Okay. Thank you all for your time, valuable time. We can wind the webinar now, and to conduct more webinars like this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email us, and we will clarify that. Thank you so much for your wonderful time.